أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وبعد. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا، اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. After we praise the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, peace and blessings unto His beloved Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, His families, friends, and all those who follow Him. My respected brothers and sisters, allow me to continue with the series that we are going to have on Ramadan. Yes, we are not there yet, but we prepare ourselves with the mind, physically, etc. Now allow me to touch on the famous ayah that is connected, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it compulsory unto us to do the fasting. Of course, those who are able and not travel, they're not allowed to fast. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. O you people who believe, prescribed unto you is the fasting. Compulsory is it made unto you, as it was prescribed unto those before you. لعلكم تتقون. Look at the wisdom, so that you can obtain that Allah consciousness. We will come later to that word taqwa, Allah consciousness. But if we see how Allah addresses us in the most honorable, one of the most honorable way of addressing, by saying, "Oh, you people who believe, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu." Then Allah comes, Kutiba alaykumus siyam, prescribed unto you is the fasting. Now, as if there is a sort of a hidden message, and that hidden message is, the believers are those individuals that knows how to fast the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed it. Whatever comes with it. And remember, fasting is not about only staying without food, or staying about drinking, for that matter, water. It encompasses quite a lot of other things, I suppose, that we will most probably touch on later, but I'm sure that many of us knows. Kutiba alaykumus siyam, prescribed, it's fard, it's compulsory. Now, when I listen to that, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it compulsory, apart from a pillar of Islam that we all know, the fast is one of the pillars of Islam. But I ask myself, why? Not that we doubt it, but why? My humble submission also is various other reasons, of course, is simply that Allah is giving us a message, and that message is, when you do the fasting that I prescribe unto you, it is in a situation whereby you put yourself so that you can feel the hunger of the lesser fortunate, the pains that they experience. And that makes your heart soft towards them. And it reminds us of them. Because this is what Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam have said. And as we all know the history of Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam, he grew up in a palace. He had everything to his disposal of all the nice foods, etc., etc. But he was a person that fasted one day and he ate one day. So when he was questioned, why is it, with all that you have of nice things, that you are fasting? And you know what his reply? And this is exactly where I come in with that great wisdom. He said, أخاف أن أشبع وأنسى الجاعي. I fear that I will fill myself, my stomach, and I will forget the lesser fortunate, the hungry person. Subhanallah. Now we see that. Now, as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, I have prescribed unto you the fasting so that you can understand the pain of those who are hungry, and also then through that fasting you show care. You care for them. And isn't this what we do in Ramadan, subhanallah? Where we send one another and we make sure that people got some food to eat around the world. Muslims in Ramadan, subhanallah. But here, in the same ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like we have said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam, O you people who believe, prescribed unto you is the fasting. And at the end of it, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you can obtain that Allah consciousness, taqwa. Why is it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put taqwa between put fasting between iman and taqwa? In the middle is fasting. There must be wisdom in it. Now if we look at them, we ponder over it. We see at the beginning Allah mentioned iman, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you people who believe. And the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi said something beautiful. He said, Laysa al-imanu bitamanni. Iman is not something that you can hope for or long for. Walakin ma waqqara fil qalb. Iman is something that penetrated the heart. وَصَدَّقَهُ al-amal. And your action comes to confirm that iman which is in the heart. So the place of iman is abstract, is in the heart. You can't see it. Subhanallah. Your action is confirming that. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you can obtain that Allah consciousness, that taqwa. One day, the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi have said, when he was standing amongst his companions, his sahabis, and he mentioned to them, he said, At-taqwa ha-huna, at-taqwa ha-huna, at-taqwa ha-huna. And he was showing to the heart. He said, taqwa, that Allah consciousness is in the heart, is here. Abstract, you can't see it. And we find in here, between iman and taqwa, Allah mentioned, Kutiba alaykum siyam, prescribed unto you is the fasting. Why then? My humble submission is, fasting is an ibadah. According to Hadith al-Qudsi, كل عمل ابن آدم لو إلا صوم فإنه لي وأنا أجزي به. Every action of Bani Adam is for him. Meaning, people will see it, will get reward, you will reward for it, it's known. Illa sawm, except the fasting. Why except the fasting? Because fasting is one of the only ibadat that is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you can say you fast. It's you, between you and Allah. Subhanallah. Now we see the wisdom. It's abstract. You can't see it. Iman abstract, taqwa abstract. It gives us then that humble submission and understanding to the level. Therefore, Allah take ownership by Himself to say, I will reward, wa ana ajzi, and I will reward that person. Subhanallah. Meaning, only Allah knows that limit, whatever it may be. Yes, there's forgiveness attached to it. Yes, there's mercy attached to it. Yes, there's that attached to it. But finally, Allah knows exactly what reward is waiting for you. Subhanallah. Can we see now the beauty of mentioning fast between Iman and Taqwa? Now, if we analyze that also, and if we look to the Taqwa, that is the wisdom of obtaining when we're fasting, and isn't this exactly what it is? You are inclined to be more Allah conscious. You do extra. And through the doing of extra, because of the level of taqwa that you have observed, and I want us to listen to what Allah tells us. Inna Allaha ma'alladhina taqaw walladhina hum muhsinun. Verily, there's no doubt, Allah is with those who have Allah consciousness, who have taqwa, And Allah is with those who does good. In Ramadan, Allah, you have obtained it, Allah conscious. Not that you're not having it other time. But because of the verse here we are speaking, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, Allah is with you. And because of the level of taqwa that you have obtained, you are inclined to do more good. And Allah is with those who does good. So Allah is with you. Now just imagine that in Ramadan. Allah is with you. Therefore, you are protected. Shaitan doesn't have access. Shaitan can't overpower you. Therefore, Sayyidina Umar said, "Man ittaqa waqa." Whoever have taqwa is protected. My beloved brothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the true understanding of the Ramadan so that we can come closer to Allah. And Allah accept the little that we are doing. And Allah grant us that we are people that will always see to satisfy Allah and care for Allah's creation, mankind. May Allah forgive us, forgive our parents, those that has passed on. May Allah grant them and all of us Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.